there's a project in the works by Ridley Scott that looks at the Gucci family from the assassination of I think it's Maurizio, yeah, Maurizio Gucci, and it's through the gaze, the eyes, the world of Patricia Reggiani, who is going to be played by um,
Lady Gaga.
Lady Gaga.
Yeah.
And so this week it was announced that a whole bunch of, I mean, these are huge actors. We got Robert De Niro, Jared Leto, Al Pacino, Adam Driver, Jack Houston, and Reeve Carney, who might all play um, um, roles in this larger upper crust class. What are your hopes for this project? Do you care about all these supporting actors and this era or this storyline?
Yeah, I mean, it's a potentially fascinating story, and we both know Ridley Scott doesn't have to do much to get an A-list cast together. My only concern is that your Ridley Scott is, I don't know, I can't remember the last film I truly loved by
Mm-hmm.
Ridley Scott. I think he had a fascinating story to tell in All the Money in the World, but that film was okay. It was fine. And so this feels like in the vein of that film, sort of a high profile, murder in the world of wealthy people, with an all-star cast, but we'll see what happens. I mean, this is still probably a way off. He still has to finish The Last Duel, which had to stop production because of COVID. So we'll see. I mean, we'll see. I think there's a lot of promise here, but how it turns out is anybody's guess for me.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So essentially, Lady Gaga plays a Black Widow scorned by not necessarily deceit, but um, a love triangle that didn't work out in her favor. She was part of a high society, but what's intriguing about the backstory is that Maurizio had developed a lot of um, not shady dealings, but there's question. The reason why um, Lady Gaga's character um, was only put on trial several years later. It was there was the investigation had to overturn a lot of stones and try to see you know the motives and like why would somebody um, um, take take a Maurizio's life. So all these actors that are being named, we don't know which parts, but we figure that this character, who more or less didn't really care about the Gucci brand in a way, or propelling that the fashion brand, um, it looks at potential a lot of not villainous characters, but a lot of people that had their own interests and would have potentially had some fisticuff type encounters with this Maurizio Gucci personality. So a lot of these characters might be part of like the mystery elements and uh, and and if the vantage point is like a whodunit, then it's not necessarily Lady Gaga's story, but yeah, I'll be curious to see how they position the story, and is it a story of their relationship and how it went sour, or is it a larger story about all the business relationships that were potentially problematic? So there's a lot to figure out here.
Oh, absolutely. I think well, there's a lot of thematic territory you can mine out of here.
Mm-hmm.
To me, the interesting thing is the screenwriter is fairly unknown. It's Italian screenwriter Roberto Bentivegna, if I'm saying that right. And so that's another element as well. You know, Ridley Scott tends to work with very established, big name screenwriters, and this time around it's someone new. So hopefully that'll be an element that will invigorate this story, hopefully with the depth and the layers that, as you mentioned, that could be here. So again, like I will wait to see the result, but I think there's potential here. Let's just hope Ridley Scott can draw it out.
I'm Eric Lavallée. I'm editor-in-chief and site owner for IONCINEMA.com, and this is
Kevin Jagernauth, contributing writer for the playlist.
And together we are IndieSponge.